trying to talk
I
to us.
know. Well,
Who would actually
Rel,
answer?
that would
I don't
solve
know what
so
it
many of
said.
your problems in alt
No
space.
kidding.
Wow.
No
I mean, it's
kidding.
hard because
Oh.
you're just
Does it
not
sound better now?
you're here working. I mean, you're not just here having fun
Yeah,
and then losing
Mm-hmm.
your
Okay.
internet connection, which is
it's every
bad
now and
enough,
then,
but you're trying to
so
get
I
work
don't
done
know.
in here. You're
All right.
Very
getting
Keep an eye
weird.
out.
events
Keep
on
an
and
ear out.
everything else, trainings and all that. So it's
Yeah, I was gonna like,
it's a
I'll take my
major
eye out,
problem
but
for
I don't know
you.
where I would put it.
The thing that that is most frustrating, Oh Lord. excuse me, is
And
uploading
I
and
gotta turn
downloading
up
stuff. I
my.
mean, just up running an
Oh, it
update
is.
Oh,
can take
oh
forever, and
yeah.
so anything that speeds
I'm
up
used to
those
hearing
things.
music by now.
All spaces, the
I
voice
know.
thing is still an issue, but because
Ah, here we
all
are
right,
again, Laurel.
we are.
Well,
It's
welcome
that time
everybody.
of year.
It is that time of year. Welcome all of you to another news and updates. Happy holidays to those who celebrate this season with Easter, Passover, and other high holidays.
And every Saturday for almost 4 years, we've been bringing you the news from in and around the Altspace VR community, from world building news that with tips. We've got event news, Discord tips, information you need to know about all the hardware, the software, the apps, and industry that support our corner of the universe.
And in addition to presenting the news and updates live every week here in AltSpace VR, we live stream to YouTube and Twitch during our show. And we do, on occasion, film the audience during our discussion. So be ready. If you miss a show, check out our news and updates YouTube channel to stay updated.
Now, we are not Altspace VR employees. We are community members, and we're volunteers working hard each week to bring you the news from in and around the Altspace VR community. Our producer, Mark, our God, our great master of all, is hovering above all of and he's our official pencil pusher, volunteer coordinator, filmer, hacker, world builder, and the driving force between all the things that are the news and updates since the beginning of time itself. Give off your beautiful echo there.
Wow. 4 years. And wait, right? 4 years?
Yep,
Is that right? Yep, four
close
years.
enough.
Close enough. Thank you, Mark. And thank you to all of our volunteers who help keep our show running. And thank you guys in the audience for being here every week. We have the news you need to know coming right up. So let's get this party started, Laurel.
Are you sure? Is it time? I guess
It
so.
is time.
Okay. All right. Oh my God. We start with war. It's been nearly 2 months. I think it's day 60 of the war in Ukraine, and the devastation continues. Russia has stepped up their just terrible attacks, and yet Ukraine continues to fight back. You got to admire that, you know. This week,
Yeah.
news from the Polish border say that more people are going back to Ukraine than out. Likely, most going home to celebrate Easter holiday in what is left of their homes, but many are going back to fight back.
The news from our Russian and Ukrainian community members continues to flow through Discord and non traditional sources, and they continue to have access to AltSpace VR. Our hearts continue to soar over our heads as we support citizens of both countries and others involved in this mess.
Remember, this is not the only war in the world today. People are literally fighting for their lives, but rarely get the media attention that this war has received. Rumors are coming out that Russia has decided to not stop with Ukraine, but will likely spread the war to neighboring countries, even possibly to Scandinavia, escalating the senseless war.
We don't support war anywhere, and we dream of the day when it will not be an answer to any problem. We believe that communities like AltSpace VR, with their strong guidelines to ensure tolerance and acceptance, should be translated into the real world. Don't you guys agree?
Amen. Yes, indeed. Yeah. Now, on to some AltSpace VR news. More and more people are looking to host events on AltSpace VR using the holoportation feature. Have you been to a concert or presentation or award show using that feature? Using special, have you? Have you been to a holoportation event? They're kind of cool. All right. We're checking mic. Oops, sorry. Let's see. Is it myself, Mark, or is it Karen?
Oh,
Hold on a second. Technical difficulties.
okay.
All right, Mark, are we ready? Okay, hold on a second. Sorry, a little bit of, hey, it isn't a good AltSpace VR event or a VR event in general unless there's technical difficulties. So
Very true.
we are everywhere.
You know, like our friend Kurt likes to say, it's not just AltSpace, the metaverse is
No,
in
it's
data
everywhere.
itself.
It's everywhere. You know, I, I was just in an app last night and the whole thing, and it's never locked up for me before. The whole thing locked up and went sideways. I mean, the whole
Oh.
thing tilted on its side and slid across the screen. It was like, I just don't know what to do with that, you know? I don't think
I'm
it was
sure.
planned. It
I'm
just
sure there were a
happened.
few choice words coming out of your avatar mouth at that time.
I had
Laurel.
little blue flame going, but it was like, what am I looking at? You know, and then I had to turn it all off and reboot it all. But you know, it's just part of the process. All right.
Mhm.
We getting close, Mark? Ah, he's so busy. He's behind the curtain and he's pushing buttons and he's twisting wheels and there's smoke and flames coming out from underneath. You know, you never know what's going to happen here.
The Wizard of AltSpace.
Yeah, exactly. All right, I'm watching all the messages. He will let us know here in a second. Anyway, how are you doing? We were rocking and rolling a minute ago. Oh, and so we will depending what he says, we're going to restart it at AltSpace News as soon as he gets rocking and rolling.
And that gives a few people
All right, he
time to
says
get
it's all
in.
good. He's given us the green light or the blue light or the purple light or whichever color is in our theme. All right. Back to AltSpace VR news. Now, more and more people are looking to host events on AltSpace VR using the holoportation feature. So, have you all been to an event with a holoportation feature, like a concert presentation, some of the award shows and stuff? It's kind of cool. It's really cool. Using very special equipment, it literally beams someone into AltSpace VR. It's kind of amazing.
It really is. It's just it's the future, and the future is here. If you have an event that you're doing, and if your event wants to use holoportation, just know that the usage is limited at this time. The AltSpace VR events team has to review each case, and they usually only allow it for major productions for thousands of attendees, like the Microsoft developers or the Ignite conferences, or a big rock star concert. Although they did work with the amazing Seattle-based artists during the pandemic to holoport them into AltSpace for many conferences.
Concerts.
Sorry.
Yes.
Whoops.
Concerts.
Okay.
Concerts. That works too. It's concerts. It's new word. New word.
Concerts.
Trademark. Now, what's really exciting is that this past week, NASA reported that they beamed a doctor into the International Space Station in the world's first holoportation achievement back in October. We're now learning about it using the same Microsoft holoportation technology.
It allows users to interact with 3D representations of remote users in real time. They see you and you see them while they're using, I should say, a VR headset like HoloLens or any decent headset. In the real world, multiple cameras and full body scanning technology is used to film the person sent through the inner tubes to wherever you are, including outer space. How awesome is that?
Isn't that fun? I love that.
It
Microsoft's
is.
mixed reality and HoloLens departments are working to improve the technology, and AltSpace VR is part of that experiment. So don't expect this in your home or office too soon. Congratulations to the dev team on this amazing accomplishment.
Don't forget also that the Microsoft Build Conference is May 24th through 26th, and it will bring together developers from around the world to explore the latest in innovation and tools from Microsoft and beyond. We're waiting to see if any events will be in AltSpace VR and what announcements and news might happen.
Getting close. Okay, the White House press secretary, Jen Psaki, touched our hearts this past week during an interview where she recommended the cruelty of the current wave of anti-LGBTQ plus legislation that is sweeping the Republican-run states. Her words so beautifully represented the AltSpace VR community standards. We wanted to share them with you.
So I quote, "They're doing that in a way that is harsh and cruel to a community of kids, especially." She said, "I'm going to get emotional about this issue because it's horrible. But it's kids who are bullied, and all these leaders are taking steps to hurt them and hurt their lives and hurt their families. And you look at some of these laws in these states and who's going after parents who are in loving relationships who have kids. It's completely outrageous. Sorry, this is an issue that makes me completely crazy."
Jen, we feel the same way. While we live in a utopian society for the most part here in AltSpace VR, we appreciate that accepting and welcoming culture, right? That's a foundation of what AltSpace VR is about, and we've been able to preserve that for all these years. In the real world, many people in governments, using her words, are bullies. We wish they'd all learn to respect the way the AltSpace VR community standards are that state, as a community enriched by this multicultural environment, there will be no tolerance for bigotry about any user's race, nationality, spiritual beliefs, physical abilities, or sexual orientation. I just love that. That is so beautiful.
Yes, it is. And in keeping with this news, the European Union unveiled a new law this week that forces big tech to police their platforms more aggressively over what it describes as illegal content. We've mentioned this in the show before. This is the law that requires terms of service to be written in a way that children can understand them, and many of us adults as well. Companies like Facebook and Google will not be able to target minors with advertising either.
Illegal content also states that they will have to, is described and stated that they will have to disclose the steps that they're taking to tackle misinformation, propaganda, and content that violate civil rights in the EU, such as hate speech, cyberbullying, doxing, slander, and defamation, to protect race, nationality, spiritual beliefs, sexual orientation, and other civil rights while allowing free speech. That's a huge order.
It is, but it's so important. And
Hmm.
AltSpace VR will have to comply, as well as Facebook Meta and all VR headsets, platforms, and games. These companies have had several years to update their terms of service, and many haven't yet. Expect them to jump this next week or so to avoid costly fines and penalties. They always wait till the
Hmm.
last minute when they're
Oh,
going to
they
get
do, especially U.S. country
penalized.
companies.
Yeah.
All right, now on to our favorite subject. It is time to talk tech and hardware. Love it.
Okay, so updated leaks and news about the consumer Pico headset are coming in that's coming in a few months is now everywhere. And businesses, educators, schools, and individuals are very excited about this headset that has so many of the same apps as others, but doesn't have the same privacy concerns attached to Facebook Meta.
Reports are that it's very much like the Quest 2 in power and resolution, but with 256 gigabytes on board at the base level. What is different is that it comes with a link cable with a display port right in the box, so you do not have to pay extra, bringing you superior image quality over the Quest for an uncompressed PCVR experience.
It will also connect to your PC wirelessly as well as the DisplayPort, something the Quest 2 can't do. Three things justify the slightly higher price.
Now, they say that at first it won't have hand tracking right out of the box, but likely will with future updates. But honestly, most apps still don't support hand tracking yet. We wish they would.
For sure. Educators in VR's virtual hardware team is working on a workshop about the Pico coming in the next few weeks, and we'll keep you informed as we've heard that Altspace is also working on a port to support the new Pico headset.
Oh, can't wait. Cannot wait. All right, Lenovo has been a very quiet leader in VR headsets with the Windows Mixed Reality HMDs for business and education. And their new Lenovo Think Reality A3, ooh, it's pretty sweet. It's reported to not be different from the other six-DOF headsets that are lightweight and comfortable to wear and easily transition to AR.
Priced at about 1,500 US dollars, it comes with a Qualcomm XR1 Smart Viewer processor, 1080 resolution per eye, three noise suppressing microphones and stereo speakers, along with powerful software features like voice, object, and image recognition, head and gaze tracking, barcode reader, and more.
Hmm. I love the idea of the barcode reader. Can
Oh,
Quest do that?
yeah.
Can Quest read barcodes? I have to look into that. That could be game
I
changing.
don't know.
All right. Well, I don't know. I have to do that. All right. So it hosts a feature we're going to see more of across all of the headsets, which is multiple display. This headset will show you up to 5 displays that you may place wherever you want and multitask with them, working with them like they're real screens. Can you use this Lenovo headset in AltSpace VR? We don't know yet, but it supports Windows Mixed Reality content. So it's likely as Lenovo and AltSpace VR embrace OpenXR standards, it might be in here. We'll see.
That would be cool. So
Mhm.
Canon also announced their next enterprise XR headset called M Real X1. It features pass-through AR and is an upgrade of their 2021 model called S1 with a field of view 2.5 times larger. Like many of the new AR headsets coming out, this lightweight, slick model is not for social VR or VR games or apps. It's designed as an enterprise headset with AR technology for a mixed reality experience. Great for training and manufacturing, and as it is likely priced at tens of thousands of dollars.
Got some right in my pocket. I'm going to go out and get it for sure. Um, during Educators in VR's great presentation this week on the Meta Cambria headset, I hope you all got to that because that was an incredible presentation. We learned so much about the technology. It was mentioned that in 2018, there were many VR headsets available to choose from. Today, that number has dropped. It is tiny for consumers. We used to have the Samsung Gear, the Oculus Go, the Oculus Rift, the Odyssey Mixed Reality, and so many other headsets.
Today, consumers can choose from Windows mixed reality headsets, which are still being made and available, HP Reverb G2, and Quest 1 and 2, although the Quest 1 is on the way out.
It's just I miss the days when we had all this variety, when people could get in without a whole lot of cost too. Well, we're really excited about these new consumer headsets like the Pico and others that open up the market again. With the new technology they're bringing to enterprise headsets, it going to trickle down. It'll filter its way down to consumer level headsets eventually.
It will.
But let's just hope the price drops too, to allow VR to remain accessible to most, if not all.
Absolutely.
Karen, we live in hope, don't we?
Yes, we do. We sure do. And speaking of experimental technology, MetaQuest reports that an upcoming update will improve hand tracking. How many times have they done this already? Will improve
Yay.
hand tracking to detect high fives and clapping. Hand tracking precision has also been much improved, allowing for more natural movement and the introduction of occlusion, giving colliders, so to speak, to objects. I want to be able to push somebody over a cliff in VR, Laurel. I've already murdered people.
Karen.
Now I want to push them off the cliff.
I just would have never in my wildest ever imagined that would be a thought you would have. Kind,
I was
gentle,
telling
and
the Rel
delicate
before,
Karen.
I was telling the Rel before the show I had two horrible dreams thanks to Lance playing around in Rec Room with murdering people. I had two horrible dreams that I actually killed somebody. Once I actually killed somebody. I don't know if it was a knife or a gun. And last night I was in my car and hit somebody. That was an accident. Anyway.
Mark, I'm doing the show from over here. Way over here. I'm now scared, Karen.
I'm a mass murderer in VR, hiding under the cover of VR.
Oh,
okay,
God,
let's
well,
go
now
on.
I'm afraid. I know, but I am now afraid to read the next part of the script. You all will understand in a moment. Hand motions, like pinching, grabbing, and poking, have also been improved, which is exciting for precision controls, but terrifying for social VR. Tell me I'm not the only one thinking this. I'm now scared.
I'm coming after you, Laurel.
We need to have a warning notice. Mark, going forward, man. Violence is an option. That side of the desk. Okay. Okay. Either way, it's kind of an improvement. I just see a whole lot more people pushing and poking and pinching. Okay, but this is our hint from the producer. We got to move on. I think that when the hand tracking technology for pinching, poking, pushing, and shoving people off cliffs is embraced by the right apps, it's going to be really exciting.
Okay, on to the next next subject.
Who
Okay.
said this was a serious show, man? God.
Oh, my stomach hurts from laughing so much. The MetaQuest Gaming Showcase was this week, and honestly, there were a few surprises. Ghostbusters in VR is in the works, so you can bust some of your own ghosts in San Francisco. I guess that's better than
Who are you gonna call? Ghostbusters in VR. Sorry,
That's okay.
her fault.
Also,
Her fault.
the Mercenaries mode for Resident Evil 4, you'll like that, Lance, is a free update. And Among Us VR and Bone Lab are going to be released fairly soon, along with Cities VR, based on a SimCity format to build cities and destroy them or whatever you wish. Out next week.
Beat Saber has another paid add-on called Electronic Mixtape with songs. They're coming out with a bunch of awesome electronic music rock stars. But other than that, the announcements, yeah, we already knew this stuff was happening. Nothing exciting. However, SideQuest did announce some updates and new apps. So if you're bored with the current range of options in the Quest Store or whatever the hell they're calling it right now, head over to SideQuest and check that out. It was founded by one of the early adopters and developers here in AltSpace VR.
We spotted exciting news coming out of Intel this week. They're developing a new graphics research organization within the Accelerated Computing Systems and Graphics Group called AXG. Too many big words here. Intel has been a leader in all computer technology, and this is a sign that they'll be taking the metaverse seriously with advanced graphics for remote work, presences, photoreal simulation, and 2D user photograph virtual environments. They want to develop the best immersive visuals in the industry.
I'm so excited about that. You might have, and I do, one of the most powerful computers that consumers can buy now to support your fun in the metaverse. But what they are developing will likely be very, very game changing. We don't need just powerful graphics cards. That's not all. We need powerful graphics acceleration across all of our devices. We need that processing power for internet capabilities and stuff. So if the universal access promise of the metaverse is realized, we need that power. So we are so excited and we are watching this. So you don't have to. So check out the latest news on this and other goodies about AltSpace VR and the metaverse in our news and updates Discord.
One more piece of hardware news. This is pretty cool, I think. Amazon now wants in on the XR game. News out this week from Ars Technica states that job listings for Amazon suggest that the online shopping mecca is hiring to build an advanced and magical AR VR product. Hope it doesn't go the way of their robot product, but anyway, we don't know what that means, but here are a few of the job descriptions.
You will develop an advanced XR research concept into a magical and useful new-to-world consumer product. And the team specializing in inventing new-to-world products, category creating products using advanced sensing, display, and machine learning technologies. Okay, that sounds kind of cool. I'm not sure what new-to-world consumer product, that means invent stuff, I guess. Anyway, with Google, Microsoft, Snap, and Facebook Meta ruling the roost, it'll be interesting to see what this really means. Anyone looking for a new job? Now, it's time to explore some news from around the metaverse. News you need to know because this stuff impacts all of us.
ArtGate International 2022 is this weekend. It's a separate VR platform and brings together public and private galleries, art institutions, independent artists, and artist collectives to participate and explore the potential for art in the metaverse. ArtGate has made some improvements in their app, so make sure you update before you attend.
Oh, it's beautiful. ArtGate is amazing. The State FTC, the Trade Commission, reported last month that Americans reported losing over $5.8 billion just in the US alone in fraud due to a variety of issues, with NFTs gaining ground as one of the significant fraud losses.
And get this, younger people, it's usually the older people that get taken advantage of, but younger people aged 20 to 29 reported losing money 41% of the time as victims of fraud and 17% of the time for those 80 and over. I find that really interesting, Laurel.
Well,
Identity theft.
what's really, what's also interesting is that those that are under 20, if they lose, they won't report. So if they really had a truthful reporting, these are just of ones that are reported, not the ones that go unreported. I'm sure it's like 3 to 10
Mhm.
times more. So I think the very young are getting shafted more often. But it's stunning numbers.
Yeah, they really are. So identity theft is still on the rise, but mostly leveled off during the pandemic. But fraud and other scams are on the rise with more than 5.7 million consumer reports.
So please, people, be careful. If it looks too good to be true, trust that instinct. Seriously, we know that there are scammers everywhere, including here in Altspace VR. We hate to admit it, there are. Be sensible with your money. Don't trust get rich quick promises, especially when it comes to NFTs. We want you to be safe in body, spirit, and pocketbook.
Speaking of NFTs or NFTs, Fortune magazine reported this week that, and we quote, the NFT thingy is starting to burst, unquote.
I love that.
Me too. That is from the financial expert whose black swan theory predicted the 2007 financial crisis when the tech bubble burst.
Nassim Nicholas Taleb is considered a leading guru in predicting the ups and downs of the financial marketplace. He says that all you need is higher interest rates for things to make n- no sense to start making still no sense. I don't understand. That's a mouthful. That's a crazy statement, but
That is.
it's just if they didn't make sense before, they now really don't make any sense.
Mhm.
But he was also referring to the report that we shared last week about Jack Dorsey's first ever NFT that sold for 2.9 million and now might get less than 15,000.
Jeez. The global market often responds to the US market, and the Federal Reserve is expected to raise interest rates to bring down inflation. US consumer prices rose nearly 9% over the past month, the latest increase since 1981, and the market is bracing for disruption, and it will likely take cryptocurrency, NFTs, and related financial risks down with them. For those of you in the metaverse exploring these, maybe this is a sign to get out of the market fast or hang on for the long run until these regain value, if ever.
If ever, we'll see. It's a fast changing technology. We'll see, and market. Now it's time for some world building news. The Blender conference is back and will be October 27th through the 29th in Amsterdam. The conference often comes with announcements of new features, new roadmap, and many add-ons and tools also released and updated and announced. It often has a lot of announcements leading up to it too, so we'll be monitoring all of that. Blender has become an essential world building tool for Altspace VR world builders. So we are thrilled that the conference is back on. We just wish it was back virtual.
That's true. Maybe they'll have it virtually as well. Who
Not
knows?
hope.
As a reminder, last week we reported that Git was impacted by a serious security breach. Please update your Git and GitHub apps and local installations to ensure that you have the latest update with the fixes and change your passwords.
Gravity Sketch has received $33 million for funding to develop its to continue its development in virtual reality design and development. The Series A funding came as Gravity Sketch announced their user numbers had passed 100,000 and include product design teams like Adidas, Reebok, Volkswagen, and Ford are using Gravity Sketch. Really cool.
Wow. They report that they will be using the funding to expand the functionality of their platform, including the landing pad collaboration feature to support non-designers. If you haven't played with Gravity Sketch, check it out. It's a powerful tool for world builders.
We are starting to see more and more world builders selling their kits and templates in Altspace VR, which is very exciting. We just want to remind US citizens and those that are going to get the same thing happening, that all payments made through digital payment services like PayPal, Venmo, etc., are now required to notify the IRS of payments exceeding $600 a year. It used to be 20,000. This is part of the American Rescue Plan Act of 2021.
Taxpayers will receive a notification known as a 1099-K if handling more than $600 a year. Tax lobbyists estimate that at least 20 million online income workers will receive these forms who haven't seen them in the past. Although estimates are that about 30 million small businesses, freelancers, and independent contractors in the U.S. will be impacted. Be aware that this number may be different in your state, and it is your job to check. Those living in other countries, be aware that this may be coming your way as well.
hmm In line with this announcement, to handle the extra button pushing paperwork and inflation, PayPal and Venmo have announced an increase in service fees. Users will now have to pay 1.75% for new transfer fees, up from 1.5%. It will go into effect May 23rd for Venmo customers and June 17th for PayPal.
Here's some other fun news that will impact world builders, especially those using kits and templates of branded, trademarked, and copyrighted content. Honda, the automotive manufacturer, issued a takedown notice for all Honda-related 3D files from Printables 3D printing repository. Cars, motorcycles, farm equipment, everything. While this is for 3D printing, it could be a sign of challenges coming to all duplicated 3D content, including virtual. Not a good sign.
No, these violations of trademarks and patents are issues that companies take very seriously. Okay, it's fun to add a Coke bottle or a Starbucks logo to one of your worlds, but the action could result in legal takedown or copyright infringement action, something none of us wants. Now, you may think that you're just a small fry in a little thing that nobody's paying any attention. You would be surprised. We have already seen several kits removed from AltSpace due to changes in licenses, and events receiving cease and desist warnings for using the title, theme, and even the design from television, movie, or theatrical productions.
We have so many incredible, creative, and talented people here in AltSpace. There's just no reason to copy. Create your own. Parody or slightly emulate, sure, but let's see your imagination shine as you make your worlds and events your own. And, I'd just like to say that Darren has some worlds that he's modified slightly to kind of get around that issue. And if you want to go take a look, it's not Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I can't remember the name. Sorry, Darren, but it's close to that. But if you go in the world, you'll see what he's done. He's really used some creative techniques to kind of change it up.
Excellent, Darren. Excellent. It's just so important. Just be, it's kind of like, remember the days we used to, well, you may not, you may be younger, but we used to make jokes about having safe computer sex. So you didn't take your floppy disk from one computer and put it in another, because that's how things transfer. Well, now with the internet, it just comes right through. Well, this is, be safe, people. Be safe. And one of the things that I love most, okay, stepping off of my reporter platform for a second, this is personal to me. AltSpace VR has attracted some of the most amazing, creative, talented, genius human beings from all walks of life, from the very poorest to the very richest to everything in between, educated, not educated, incredibly talented people who are free at no cost, just time, just energy, to do the most amazing, beautiful things here. And it's just fantastic. So let's celebrate the original work and stop copying crap. Okay, end of personal soapbox. Sorry, Mark. Sorry, Karen. Back on track.
Okay, very well said, Laurel.
Okay, thank you. It's my little soapbox. I have only a few of them, but anyway, Educators in VR's MRE meetup with Dargon is this week on Wednesday. If you've been working on some fun, innovative tips and techniques with MREs, contact Dargon. Let him know. Showcase your stuff. Show off your stuff. If you are new to MREs and world buildings, come anyway to learn how to use the power of this simple programming to enhance your worlds.
This Wednesday, the Educators in VR World Building team is hosting their monthly World Builder Social. It's an open discussion and just general social to help world builders get to know each other and connect. Everyone's welcome, no matter what your world building abilities or level. It's a safe place to meet other builders and talk to them about solving your world building challenges.
Yeah.
Oh,
Karen.
sorry. Okay. Sorry. Okay. It's time now for our Discord tip of the week. Discord is our back channel communications tool used by AltSpace VR and events and groups all across the AltSpace VR community.
Did you know the Discord offers two ways to display messages? So they're cozy, as in modern, beautiful, and easy on the eyes, as they say, and compact, so you can fit more messages on the screen at one time. Well, it looks like an IRC chat window when you do that. Now, if you aren't old enough to know what that is, ask us after the show. I'm tired of explaining stuff to these, young whippersnappers.
So to switch between the two settings, go to your user settings, appearance, and switch to the mode that works best for you. Look at the top of that panel to see a preview of the difference.
Now, and also check out all of the appearance options and features that allow you to set the theme of Discord to dark or light. I happen to like the dark one. It's easier on the eyes. Or to sync with your computer's color tone scheme. And you can also adjust font scaling. Yay! Add space between the message groups, zoom in levels, and all kinds of things so that you have a more comfortable viewing experience.
Check out the options on your phone as well. News continues to come out about other new features coming in Discord, and we will report them here. Remember, if you have a Discord tip you want to share with us, let us know or share it on our News and Updates Discord.
Now it is time for AltSpace VR events. Okay, it just ain't working. All right, events in AltSpace VR. They bring people together with so many. I gotta wake people up, with so many common interests. Now, I wish we had time to share more than 250 events that are here in AltSpace every single week, and that is not counting all the fiddly bit ones that people just experiment with. We want to do our best to highlight. Oh, goodness, I drank too much water. Hang on. We're going to do our best to bring you some of the highlights for this upcoming week and beyond.
And many of you know Daisy Shaw from way back when she used to do world tours in here. Anyway, tomorrow, Daisy Shaw is hosting her Whistle Stop World Tour Part 2, a tour of the worlds with hidden Easter eggs as part of the Easter egg hunt competition. The winners will also be announced, so join her to celebrate this fun community event.
Tomorrow is also the regularly scheduled Neurodiversity Lounge that recently expanded from supporting those with ADHD and their friends and family to dealing with all related issues. It's a wonderful, supportive, and encouraging environment. Check it out tomorrow, and there's another one later this week.
Tuesday is the twice a month moderator training for event hosts and those who wish to learn how to support and moderate events or need to brush up on their skills.
Moderating is one of the most giving, beautiful, heart of service acts that you can do here in AltSpace VR and support your favorite events and groups. We love our moderators here. We've got Stance with Trees over here. We've got Karen 666. We've got Lance and Rich and stuff in the audience. You all mean the world to us. So thank you so much for what you do. So join the Educators in VR Events training team of longtime experts and learn the basics of event moderation on Tuesday.
Also on Tuesday is an open discussion on making money in the metaverse with Educators in VR. They will discuss not just how to make money and monetize your event productions and world building services and products, but it also will explore the wide range of career opportunities in the metaverse. It's here now, and the jobs are many and diverse, from teaching to technology. We'll talk about what's next.
Mm-hmm. Tuesday is another creative writing meetup and workshop, and this week it features Nia Witch, the incredible author, trainer, and teacher. I love her. She will be presenting a special workshop on, dig this, how to write despite your inner demons, on how to overcome writer's block and those nasty voices in our head that tell us that we can't or we aren't good enough. And she is here to change your mind and theirs. So check it out on Tuesday and realize that this is a great event, even if you're not a writer. If you're one of those people that has great creative ideas and stuff, and you just, those demons are just sitting there in the head going, you can't do this, you are stupid. Please come join the event and learn how to communicate better with them and tell them to shut the hell up.
So the LGBTQ plus and friends meetup is Wednesday, and it's one of the most fun, open, and wonderful group sessions, as well as one of the oldest here in AltSpace VR. The group is very active and meets in AltSpace VR and also tours other VR platforms. They're very welcoming, so you don't have to be in the alphabet to join the group.
Yay. Educators in VR's VR research team is hosting their Univirtual Experience Conference this coming week. Starts on Wednesday with a social event, then all day Thursday and Friday, both in AltSpace VR and Engage XR. If you haven't been to the Univirtual Experience, you are, by Educators in VR, you are so missing out on an amazing, amazing experience. The conference is free, open to the public, and it hosts all kinds of special guests and discussions on a wide variety of research topics. Trust me, this is not boring research.
The events include exploring the world building skills and methods of researching historical and cultural worlds with Lita and her amazing Ancient Athens series of worlds here in AltSpace VR.
A psychology student will present how they used AltSpace VR for their VR nature therapy research. There are presentations about innovative research VR headsets, medicine, job employment, VR hygiene. You should be at that one, and so much more. I mean, how do you clean your headset, especially if you're going to share it? Evelyn is amazing. Her research on that is just incredible. So come join the fun this week.
I'll probably never share my headset after hearing that.
Yeah, well, I just cleaned mine, and I was really surprised at what come off of it. So I think you need to clean it. Who cares about sharing it? Clean it for yourself once in a while.
True, very true. The original open mic event is every Wednesday, and it's another very long running event here in AltSpace VR. Many of the performers who stepped up on stage have gone on to host their own concerts and shows here in AltSpace and beyond. You never know what will happen, and it usually does. So bring your song, poem, musical instrument, short story, or jokes, and dazzle the audience.
Absolutely. Thursday is the VR Awards Ask Me Anything series, and this event is for the VR Hardware of the Year winner, HP. Their innovative HP Reverb G2 headset, especially their enterprise and researchers Omnicept version. Oh, that is so, I just lust after that one. Dazzled us all last year after it was announced in the, early in the summer. It was a game changer, and it still is. It's one of the few new headsets that work here in AltSpace VR. So check out the discussion and talk to the developers about this headset and what lies ahead for VR head-mounted displays, HMD designs.
Thursday is also another fireside chat with Tom Furness and a special guest to discuss the past, present, and future of XR innovation and XR for good. If you haven't attended one of these fireside chats, you're missing out. They're brilliant, educational, informative, and great fun as the guest chats with the grandfather of VR.
Dr. Tom Furness invented the first virtual reality headsets and simulators for the military and created the world's first VR lab at the University of Washington. And we are so honored to have him here with us in AltSpace VR so often. And Karen, those events are amazing, aren't they?
Yes, they are, Laurel.
I just love them.
Women IT Pros is hosting their monthly social here in AltSpace VR on Friday. This grassroots volunteer initiative brings together women and everyone to discuss and support each other in program management, project management, technical writing, marketing, and so many jobs that support the tech industry without touching code. Without them, we wouldn't have the technology we have today. So check out the event on Friday.
Next Saturday, the New York 3D Variety Show with the New York Stereoscopic Association presents Joe Pedotto's Anaglyph Jukebox with a great discussion about how the history of anaglyph media, usually comic books, and you can see them on display in 3D here in AltSpace VR. Love what they're doing. This is a great interactive session that brings together old and new technology with world experts. So check it out next Saturday. And as a reminder, if you encounter an event that doesn't match the description or the expectations, or you feel it violates the AltSpace VR community guidelines in terms of service, while the event is active, you may report it in World by going to the event and clicking on Info, then Report.
You can also report positive feedback and rate events as well when they are live, helping the event host in AltSpace VR to know when events are successful.
So these are just a very, very, very few of the highlights of all of the events that are this week. There are so many of them. We'd be like doing a 3-hour show.
Check out the channels to find the events to tickle your fancy and amuse your spirit.
And you know how this goes. If you don't see something that interests you, start your own event. Use that creativity that is within all of us to find your passion and share that with others and find others that are passionate about it. The creativity in event types and styles is amazing, and we love it when you share your talents here.
We do our best to bring you the highlights from this ever-growing community, and we're so glad you're here to share it with us.
Now, that is all for this week's news and updates. Thank you for joining us here every week and celebrating over 4 years of news and updates. We do this for you every Saturday to help you be a better informed community. We have some fun events that are coming up soon. So keep an eye on our Discord and our news and updates channel here in AltSpace VR for updates.
And when news you need to know happens, we share it in our news and updates Discord so you get the news through the clutter of information. Please tell a friend and share our Discord and YouTube channels so others can keep up with the news here and around AltSpace VR.
We stream the news onto YouTube and Twitch every week, and you can catch up with past episodes and more about AltSpace VR events, projects, news, and the community activities. This is a major labor of love. I cannot tell you how much we love and hate to do this every week. We love our volunteer team members who help us gather the news as reporters, moderators, and help us put the show together each and every Saturday.
We do this for you for free. We're not AltSpace VR employees. Our team works hard each week to gather the news and information to help our community keep up with everything going on here in AltSpace VR and the metaverse in general.
You want to be part of our team? Please talk to us after the show. We're looking for everybody. This is your show as much as ours, and we'd love you to be a part of it.
Thanks to all of our news and updates volunteers and moderators who help make this event such a success. Thank you, thank you, thank you. To all of our Russian and Ukrainian friends and community members, we are with you. Stand tough and stand up. And most of all, in these uncertain times, please be safe wherever you are in the world.
And stay away from Karen. She's dangerous.
Oh, you let the cat out of the bag, girl.
I am you.